Good day, everyone. We are Group 7, assigned to present Chapter 7 Work Effectively in Groups. Our group is composed of Ma'am Maricel Jardin, Ma'am Francisca Bantecil, and yours truly, Angel Mae Secuya. For this presentation, I will be focusing on the topic What is a group? What is a group? A group is composed of three or more individuals who interact, communicate, and work together. These groups can exist in different settings such as family, school, or the workplace. More importantly, groups are formed to meet shared needs or achieve common goals. As humans, we are naturally social beings. We tend to form relationships and connect with others. Through groups, we develop our identity and learn how to interact with people in different environments. Communication plays a big role in keeping the group connected. Now, a group has several important characteristics. First characteristic, there is interaction among members. Second, members share a common goal or purpose. Third, groups develop roles and relationships. Lastly, groups may also use common language or symbols that are meaningful to them. There are two main types of groups, primary groups and secondary groups. Primary groups are those with close and personal relationships. These are the people we are emotionally connected with, such as our family and close friends. In these groups, interaction is more personal and long term. On the other hand, secondary groups are more formal and goal oriented. These groups are formed to accomplish specific tasks or objectives, such as in school or in the workplace. Examples include class groups or work teams. So the main difference is that primary groups are based on relationships, while secondary groups are based on goals and tasks. Group communication involves sharing ideas and meaning among members. It can involve two or more people and may happen in different ways. Groups can be supportive and cooperative, but sometimes conflicts may also arise depending on the situation. In addition, groups also develop what we call norms. These are the rules or expectations that guide how members behave. Norms develop naturally over time and help maintain order, cooperation, and understanding within the group. To summarize my part, a group is not just people working together. It involves interaction, communication, and shared goals. Understanding how groups work helps us become more effective and responsible members in any group setting. That is all for my part. Now I will turn you over to the next presenter. Thank you.
Good day, everyone, especially to our beloved professor, Dr. Joyce Fernandez. My highest respect to you, ma'am, and to the rest of my co-teachers who are listening to this presentation. I am Mrs. Francisca Bantecil, the second presenter of Group 7. The topic that I'm going to present to you is about group life cycles and group member rules. The objectives of these topics are the following: to identify the typical stages in the life cycle of group you have worked with, and describe the different types of group members and group member rules. Before I'm going to discuss the different typical stages, I'm going to discuss you first this concept which says group are dynamic systems in constant change, meaning group are always changing. Group grow together and eventually come apart. These dynamic changes and transform the very nature of the group. Group socialization involves how the group members interact with one another and form relationships. The changes and how the groups develop over time as members work together is called the group life cycle patterns. Group life cycle patterns involve how the group members interact with one another and form relationships. In other words, when we say group life cycle patterns, describe how group changes and develop over time as members work together. In order to understand the group development and its life cycle, many researchers describe the universal stages and its life cycle. While there are many interpretations of these stages, most draw from the model proposed by Bruce Tuchman. The table I'm going to present to you is about the linear model of group development. So these are the following stages. Stages number 1, forming stage. The activities in this stage, group members are met and get to know each other. Roles and goals are unclear. Of course, they don't know each other yet, so they have to be polite and courteous. So they are still getting to know each other. The next is the storming stage, or in this stage, the members choose to more each other. Members express different opinions. While expressing different opinions, maybe there may come struggles and tension may arise. So it is the storming stage. Next is the norming stage. Members establish spoken rules about how they communicate and work. Then status, rank, and roles in this group are established. So this time, the groups are already established who will be the leader and who are the members. Next is the performing groups. The group works effectively towards goals, then higher productivity and collaborations. Members are confident and motivated. So, meaning to say, members establish spoken and unspoken. Meaning to say, performing members fulfill their purpose and reach their goal. And the last is the adjourning stage. This group complete the task assigned. So, members feel sense of loss or accomplishment. So, the group already disbands or they leave the group. Those are the different stages of the life cycle, group life cycle by Bruce Tuchman. Then the group life cycle rules. There are 6 group life cycle rules. First is the potential member. The potential member, this individual is qualified to join the group but has not yet joined. So meaning to say, the member is still curious and interested. He wants to be in a group. Next is the new member. The new member joined but still outsider and unknown. Individual who is still learning to group norms and rules. The next is the full member. Here, knows the rules and looked for its leadership. So, meaning familiar with the group norms and feels free to express opinion. Next, number 4 is the divergent member. Divergent member, here individual who will pull back, contributes less, and starts to see themselves to separate from the group. So mainly to see the focus on differences. Next is the marginal member. This is no longer involved. And the last is the ex-member. So no longer considered a member, and they look outside the group for the fulfillment of their personal needs. After identifying the different life cycle, we'll go now to the group rules. Group member roles are divided into 2 groups, and it is shown in table 7.4 and table 7.5. There are positive roles and there are negative roles. The positive roles, number 1 is the initiator or the coordinator. So this suggests the new ideas or new ways of looking at the problem. Next is the elaborator, builds on ideas and provides examples. Next is the coordinator. This brings ideas, information, and suggestions together. And next is the evaluator or evaluator critic. It evaluates ideas and provides constructive criticism. And the last, for the positive roles, the recorder records ideas, examples, suggestions, and critiques. And the next are the negative roles. The negative roles are the following. Dominator. The dominator dominates discussion, not allowing others to take their turn. Next is the recognition seeker. Here, it relates discussion to their accomplishments and seeks attention. So sometimes they're already attention seeker in a group. The next, the special interest leader, relates discussion to special interest or personal agenda. Next is the blocker. The blocker blocks attempts at concerns consistently. And next is the joker or clown, seeks attention through humor or distracts group members. So that is the last topic of my report. And to summarize, I have here the takeaways. Group and their individual members come together and grow apart in predictable pattern. Group life cycle patterns refers to the process or stages of group development. And next, there are 5 stages in group development process, which include forming, norming, storming, performing, and adjourning. Within each of the stages, group members have a variety of roles, which include potential member, new member, full member, divergent member, marginal member, and the X member. You can take on a variety of roles when working with a group. These roles can be positive or negative, and you can rely on your emotional intelligence skills to make sure that they are positive roles. Thank you for listening.
Good day. I am Maricel Jardin, and I will be discussing Chapter 7, which is about effective group meetings. Okay, so here, effective group meetings. So, what is a meeting? Meetings are important in organizations because they allow people to communicate, share information, and make decisions together. Some people think meetings are boring, but when they are well prepared, and organized, meetings can become productive and helpful for achieving goals. Okay, so now when we say meetings, so meetings are part of our everyday communication in businesses and organizations. Some employees think meetings are a waste of time, especially if they are poorly planned. However, meetings become effective when they have a clear purpose, proper preparation, and active participation from members. For example, a company might hold a meeting to discuss a new project. If the members prepare their ideas beforehand and follow an agenda, the meeting becomes productive and helps the group make better decisions. Okay, so now here we have preparation. Of course, we are going to prepare. So it is the process of planning a meeting before it takes place. Preparation includes identifying the purpose of the meeting, selecting participants, choosing the time and place, and organizing the agenda. Okay, so when you say preparation, it is very important for effective meetings. Without preparation, meetings can become disorganized and waste of time. The meeting organizer should first determine the purpose of the meeting and make sure the participants know what the meeting is about. For example, the meeting is about improving sales performance. Like the participants should prepare reports or data before attending the meeting. Okay, so what is agenda? Okay, agenda is a list of topics or issues that will be discussed during the meeting. So an agenda usually includes the meeting purpose, date, time, participants, and discussion topics. Okay, so the agenda helps guide the meeting and keeps the discussion organized. It ensures that the meeting stays focused and that all important topics are discussed within a time limit. For example, an agenda might include project updates, discussion of problems, and planning for future tasks. Okay, when participants receive the agenda beforehand, they can prepare their ideas and suggestions. So we also have here the importance of group size. Okay, so smaller groups that is more productive. Okay, large groups it is good for presentations. Too many participants may cause confusion, right? So meetings are more productive when there are fewer participants because everyone can participate. Large meetings are usually better when the purpose is only to present information. Okay. Next, we have here the conducting the meeting. All right. So, conducting a meeting means managing the discussion and ensuring that all members participate respectfully and productively. Okay. So, participants should arrive on time, be prepared, and respect other speakers. Okay. And also follow the agenda. Okay, so during the meeting, the leader guides the discussion and makes sure everyone follows the agenda. Participants should behave professionally by listening carefully, sharing ideas respectfully, and avoiding unnecessary side conversations. For example, if a disagreement occurs between members, the meeting leader should manage the discussion so that everyone's opinions are heard and a solution can be reached. Okay. So also, we do have seating arrangements, okay? So seating arrangements, it is the way tables and chairs are organized during a meeting, which can influence communications and interaction among participants. So, different seating arrangements can affect the level of participation, authority, and collaboration in a meeting. Okay, so seating arrangements are important because they are or they can influence how people interact during a meeting. The way participants are seated may show authority, equality, or encourage discussion among members. For example, a rectangular or U shaped table usually has a head of the table, which is often occupied by the leader or manager. So, this arrangement shows authority and is commonly used in formal meetings. On the other hand, a round table or circular setting arrangement encourages equal participation because everyone can see each other easily. Um, this type of arrangement is often used in group discussions or brainstorming sessions. Um, Another arrangement is rows of chairs facing a speaker, which is commonly used in lectures or presentations where interaction is limited and one person is mainly delivering information. So, the seating arrangement should depend on the purpose of the meeting and the type of interaction needed among participants. Okay, so we have here the next one. Okay, of course, we have minutes. Okay, when there's a meeting, there is a minute. Okay, minutes, that's the written record of what happened during the meeting. Minutes include the key discussions, decisions made, and tasks assigned to members. Okay, so minutes help document what happened during the meeting. Like they are useful because members can like review them later to remember decisions or responsibilities. Okay, for example, if a team decides to launch a new product, the minutes will record who is responsible for marketing, for production, and for scheduling. Okay, so now how to run an effective meeting. Okay, using technology in meetings. Technology helps people conduct meetings even when participants are in different locations. Okay, examples include um, conference calls, video meetings, and also online collaboration tools. All right. So, technology allows organizations to communicate more efficiently. So, instead of traveling long distances, participants can attend meetings online through the internet. For example, employees from different countries can join a video meeting using computers or smartphones. Okay, so now we also have audio only communication. Okay, that is the first one, audio only communication. Okay, it refers to communication that uses voice only without visual signals. Okay, so examples, we have phone calls, conference calls, voice messages. Okay, now in audio only communication or audio only interaction, the speaker's voice becomes very important because listeners cannot see facial expressions or body language. Therefore, speakers must pay attention to pronunciation, tone, and clarity when speaking. For example, when giving instructions through a phone, through a phone call, the speaker must speak clearly so the listener understands the message correctly. Okay. Now we have pronunciation. Okay, pronunciation, quality, volume, and speech because they are important. So we do have pronunciation. It is the correct way of saying words. And then the quality, that is the emotional tone of a person's voice. Next, we do have volume, the loudness or softness of a voice, and then pitch, the highness or lowness of a voice. Okay. These voice elements influence how people interpret spoken communication. So, pronunciation ensures that words are clear and understandable. Quality reflects the emotion behind the message, such as happiness or seriousness. Volume must be loud enough for listeners to hear clearly, but not too loud. Okay, so pitch adds variation to the voice, preventing it from sounding monotonous. Okay, for example, when congratulating an employee, using warm tone and appropriate pitch can make the message sound sincere. Okay, so now we have the second one of technology, using technology is audio visual interactions. Okay, audio visual interactions. It is communication that uses both sound or audio or video or visual, so participants can see and hear each other during a meeting. Okay, for example, or examples include video conferencing, online meetings, and VoIP or VoIP calls or voice over internet protocols. Okay. Audiovisual communication allows people to interact using both sound and video through the internet. Okay. So, unlike audio only communication, participants can see facial expressions, gestures, and body language while speaking. So this type of communication is very useful in modern organizations because employees may be located in different places but can still communicate effectively through video meetings. However, participants must still prepare properly when joining audiovisual meetings. Like they should dress appropriately, choose a professional environment, and make sure their camera and microphone are working. For example, many companies today um, use video conferencing like Zoom Microsoft Teams or Google Meet so employees from different cities or countries can attend the same meeting online. Now, the third one is social media in communication. Okay, social media platforms allow people to communicate, collaborate, and share information online. Right? So examples includes forums, blogs, wikis, cloud computing, and professional networking sites, right? So, social media tools help organizations interact and share information quickly. However, users must be careful about what they post online because information can become public. For example, companies sometimes use social media platforms to communicate with customers or promote their products. Okay, now we have here the forums, blogs, wikis, cloud computing. What are these? So we do have forums. Forums, it is online discussion websites where people share ideas about a specific topic. And then we do have blogs, web pages that contain regularly updated posts or articles. Wikis, it is websites where multiple users can create and edit content collaboratively. Now we have cloud computing. It is storing and accessing files on the internet instead of on a personal computer. Okay, so these tools support collaboration and communication in organizations. So forums allow people with similar interests to discuss topics. Blogs allow individuals or organizations to publish information regularly. And then Wikis enable to multiple users to work together and share documents. And cloud computing allows users to access files anytime and anywhere. For example, a company team might store project documents in cloud storage so all members can access and update the files. Next, we do have online safety and professionalism. Okay, so important reminders. Be careful with online posts, protect personal information, and maintain professionalism. Remember digital footprints. Okay? So anything posted online may become public. Therefore, people should always behave professionally and think carefully before sharing information. Okay? Now, next we do have here. Okay, we do have here the conclusion since we are done. Okay, effective meetings require preparation, clear communication, active participation, and proper use of technology. So when meetings are well organized, they help groups exchange ideas, solve problems, and make important decisions. So, in conclusion, meetings are an essential part of communication in organizations. So, when meetings are carefully planned, guided by an agenda, and supported by respectful interaction, they become productive and meaningful. Okay, technology also helps make meetings more flexible by allowing people to communicate even when they are in different locations. So, by understanding these principles, individuals can contribute more effectively to meetings and help their teams achieve their goals. Okay, so that is all. And thank you so much for listening my report.